%85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist, and 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. That's where Manscaped have come in to help us all out, including myself, lads. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a trimmer specifically designed with our crown jewels in mind. It has skin-safe technology to reduce those nicks and cuts and gives you the maximum confidence while trimming below the waist. It's also IPX7 waterproof rated, so you can operate in wet or dry conditions. It has a premium 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology and a massive 90-minute battery time, which is supported by its wireless electromagnetic charging function. With the Performance Package 4.0, you'll get the Crop Reviver with witch hazel and powerful odor defense. This keeps your balls protected after a good shave. Crop Preserver with its soothing aloe vera and advanced quick absorbing cream, keeping your balls feeling fresh and hydrated. And the Weed Whacker to trim ear and nose hair. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep you the most groomed man in the room. Use our code XTRA20 XTRA20 at checkout and you'll save yourself 20% off your order and receive free international shipping. Yes, people, welcome back to another stream. Hopefully you guys are all well. Make sure you drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel as well if you've not done so already. Joined by Hugh, as today on this nighttime stream, we've got a little bit more news on Gvardiol, on the progression of that. And I know actually this is something that a lot of people actually want to talk about, because I'm getting a lot of DMs. I'm getting a lot of people in the comments of our videos talking about Gvardiol, maybe getting a bit worried about Gvardiol. Is it maybe going to fall through? So we'll talk about that and see where we're up to with that. And talk about a new player that has been linked, the first player in this specific position we've been linked with in a long time. And he also plays for Leipzig. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But as always, guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Big up to Manscaped for sponsoring today's stream. Right, the latest news then. Let's go straight to the Gvardiol news. The latest news that's come out is Gvardiol has now returned for pre-season training with RB Leipzig after his holiday and completed the obligatory performance test. So he is now back at training with Leipzig. And then we got this a bit of information, which I will bring on screen in a sec, from Sky Sports News Germany. Talks between Manchester City and Leipzig continue for Gvardiol and were never off. Manchester City continue to push for a transfer while Leipzig insist on €100 million fee. The player is ready for the Premier League. So that's where we're up to, bro, on the Gvardiol thing. Because are you one of these people getting a little bit worried? Because there's a lot of people getting worried. Or are you more calm? Like, where's your head at, bro?
No, I'm fully calm with it, man. I'm fully calm with it. I think if you look at any of these high-profile, high-money transfers, they always do take slightly longer than you would like, and you always go through a period of being a little bit stressed out. I mean, look what the Arsenal fans just had to go through with Declan Rice. You know, they were given a here we go, and it was only a week or two later that they actually got the announcement, that kind of thing. So these ones take time. I do think there's a lot of variables to the transfer. Like, I think Leipzig will come to an agreement with City, and it'll be slightly lower than the number you just said there. But I do think there's an element of tactics to it, whereby they're stalling to give themselves a better chance of bringing in a replacement for Gvardiol. They're absolutely going to need to replace Gvardiol. I've seen them linked with loads of defenders. It's kind of just basic economics. They don't want other clubs in Europe knowing they have 100 million or 90 million euro in the bank to spend, so they get overpriced or overcharged, kind of thing. I'm really chill with it, man. I'm really, really chill with it. I couldn't see City as well from our side of things pursuing so long with this deal to get burnt at the end. I think City know the deal's going to get done. I think it practically is done, but like I said, there's a lot of variables to it. So I'm relaxed, man. I think it's going to get done.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you. I'm pretty calm on it. I agree. I think for the reasons you've mentioned. I mean, you look at West Ham, for example. every club in the world knows that West Ham have 105 million quid. Now, I know they've not got 105 million pound in the bank right now, but they have 105 million pound coming in over the next 18 months. So every club knows that. So therefore, if you're selling them a player, and they're gonna witness this now, because I think they're already starting to see it with Yal Palhinha at Fulham. You know, they bid 45 million quid, which is, you know, the guy's been in the Premier League a year. It's probably a fair fee. But the thing is, what Fulham know now, West Ham have got 105 million quid coming. So they're going to put the price up. And this is why it's just a false economy. When clubs sit there and go, we want to sell our player for this amount of money, which is way overpriced. Well, the facts are the rich teams can afford it anyway. You know what I mean? But then what ends up happening is all the other clubs know that you've got all this money. So I agree. I think that Leipzig are trying to get the player in. Now, they have signed a left-sided centre-back. We went through that this morning on a morning stream. Is he going to be the replacement for Gvardiol? I don't know. But they do have one in. So you at least they've got cover there. City is still clearly trying to get rid of, what's it called? Laporte. And that's going to be, I believe, our biggest issue this summer. Because, you know, Mahrez, we both agree that we're probably not getting the correct value for him, but it's not a million miles off. Walker, again, probably the same, but it's not a million miles off. You know, I don't think Bernardo Silva is going to be sold for cheap, but Laporte is a player that probably will be sold for way less than his market value. And if City get Gvardiol in, we'll have 6 centre-backs. So any club that's looking at a buy-in is just going to be like, well, we know that you're desperate to get rid of him because he's desperate to leave and you've got 6 centre-backs. So they can take advantage of us. So, yeah, I'm with you, man. I think that I get why people are worried. I get why some City fans are like anxious on this because it has gone on for a long time. But for me, I just don't think it's... I think the deal is pretty much done. I think we're just waiting on something.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is we're waiting on. Like I said, the variables involved in these kind of deals are much more in depth than we're all aware of. I mean, none of us can really claim to have much experience dealing with football transfers, especially at that level. So we don't actually know what gets spoken about. You know, you think of things like image
Have you ever played
rights
Football Manager though, bro?
No, I haven't. I bought it once and I never opened up the app. So that's
You
about
know
as
that
far
that's
as
actually crazy, right? Because I bought it once as well, and I put it in the PC, and after about 5 minutes, I was like, "This is shit." I turned it off and I played it again, which will upset a lot of people.
It's overwhelming when you first
It
download it,
is.
I think. There's too
Is.
much going on, man. Like, just give me the career mode and I'll simulate the shit I don't want to do. But yeah, I think it's going to get done. Like I said, I don't really know what goes on in these high profile transfers and these big money transfers, but I think it's going to get done. I think it is done. And with Laporte, I think the chances are we're probably just going to have to accept a bit of an L and take a bit of a sting on how much we let him go for. We're based on the fact that there's a good chance for a small period in time this summer, we will have 6 centre halves of the club because I think we'll get Vardy done before we sell Laporte. I think we're going to have to, or the club will have to accept the fact that we're going to have to sell him for slightly less than what we would like to, you know, if we didn't have 6 centre halves. So that's kind of just the predicament we're in, man. And it's one of the small prices you have to pay with going through transition. You know, you're not always going to get the deals, ins and outs that you would like, numbers wise, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I'm going to do a poll in the chat, actually. Are you worried about Gvardiol, the Gvardiol deal taking this long? You know what I mean? Like,
I saw Bilbao would really like Laporte back, and I think they're currently sitting in the background waiting for our Vardy deal to get done so that they can come in and lowball us for Laporte. I think if we weren't going for Vardy, Bilbao would have already come in and opened up talks for Laporte. I think he'd probably go back to Bilbao too, but like we just discussed, they're more likely to get a cut price for Laporte when we have Vardy in our squad. So they're just waiting for that to happen. I think he'll go this summer, Laporte, but it'll be for cheaper than it probably would like.
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, they don't spend money, bro. I mean, if you look at their most expensive signings, Inigo Martinez, 32 million euros. Yuri Bechirici, whatever the fuck that is, 24 million euros. Roberto Rios, 12 million euros. They've only ever spent, I mean, this is according to football transfers, it might be out of date or whatever, but they've only ever spent 30 million euros once. They've only spent 20 million euros once, and they've only spent 12 million euros once. Everyone else has been under 10 million euros. This team doesn't spend money now. I don't like to say that might be out of date now. I don't know, but you know, they don't really They don't spend money. You know what I'm saying?
I
Transfer
could be
might be.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this could be really old, and I could be getting entirely wrong. But don't they have a policy at that club whereby they'll only sign players from the Basque region in Spain? You can only
Yeah,
play for the.
yes, but I don't know if they've recently changed that rule. I'm not sure, but that was one of the that was a thing. But I don't know if that's still a thing. So maybe someone in the chat can let us know. But yeah, basically, if he goes to Bilbao, it'll be a loan, or we will get properly shafted. You know what I mean? Properly big time. But hey, this is, we've dealt with this before. You know what I mean? And sometimes this just happens. So it is what it is. Stallion says, should we be worried about Chelsea? It might try and hijack the deal with Fofana having a long-term injury. Let's hope we get Gvardiol this week. Yeah, I've just heard the news about Fofana. Another ligament injury, so he's probably going to be out now for a full year, which is a rip for him, and sad for him. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? The shit happens in life. Hopefully, he can get back on it next year. Big money transfer, and yeah. But nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the deal's done, bro, for me. So nah, not for me. You worried about Chelsea, bro?
Nah. I saw this morning that they're linked with Harry Maguire. I was like, what the hell going on?
Yeah, that's got to be a prank. Yeah, Professional Idiot says, we are farmers for Bundesliga players. Yeah, I mean, Bundesliga players typically do well here, so let's see what happens, isn't it? Right, I want to get on to the next topic, though. The next story, which I'm sure why most of you have probably joined, and that is the next Manchester City player that could be coming in from Leipzig, and this is Dani Olmo. Now, we know that Manchester City are looking at signing another attacking player, and we know that in the past, Manchester City have looked at Dani Olmo. Well, today, this is the first name. Remember on yesterday's stream, I said we're going to hear a name within 48 hours. And, the next day we've got a name. Manchester City could firm up long-term interest in Leipzig's Dani Olmo as they look to replace Riyad Mahrez. However, Leipzig are under no pressure to sell the Spain international this summer. Now, of course, they've already sold one player. If they sell Gvardiol, they're not going to need cash, and they're a rich club anyway, so they're not going to be desperate for sales. So they're not, they'll probably hold him to a high value. I mean, obviously, it's early days. I don't know if this is true. Could just be BS. But your initial thoughts on Dani Olmo, bro? You like him?
It doesn't get me off my seat. You know what I mean? I'm not standing up here doing laps in my shed saying bring in Dani Olmo, but I do like him. I do like him. I can't claim to have watched a huge amount of him at club level, but whenever I watched him at international level, he always seems to be quite an influential player for Spain. He's very important to the way they do things. I mean, the main attractions I could see for Pep Guardiola with him is the guy's extremely versatile. I had a quick look at his profile there before we went live. He's played essentially every attacking five position. So that's something that, as we know, will really, really appeal to Pep Guardiola. He's capable of getting himself a goal. He's a bit creative. I did see him, though, in the Champions League. I think it was this season against Real Madrid, against Celtic, because they're in Celtic's group. And he was quite good. Like I said, it doesn't blow me away, but he's 25, so he's still a relatively young man in terms of his football career. So if Pep got his hands on him, I always believe with any player Pep gets his hands on, Pep, if everything goes to plan, will get another 20, 25, 30% out of the player. So Pep could make Dani Olmo even better. It's what he did with Bernardo. It's what he did with Gundo. These guys weren't what they are right now when they first arrived to Manchester City. So could that be something that Pep foresees for Dani Olmo? But I don't know. Like, we spoke yesterday. There'll be a list the length of my arm full of players that Manchester City are interested in. So Dani Olmo is just the first name we're seeing.
Yeah, 100%. Let me bring up some of his profile. It might be too zoomed out, but I'll try my best. So he's contracted until 2027. He's got a transfer marked estimated value of 40 million euros. He's 25 years old. Attacking midfield, he can play anywhere across the front. He's played 31 times for Spain. He made the move to Leipzig a few years ago for 29 million euros. So quite a lot of money, really, when you think about it. However, there are a couple of issues in respect of injuries that people want to make known. He's had torn muscle fiber. There, you missed a week. Ruptured. I'm going to try it. Intra-articular ligament initiation in the knee. What the flaming hell is that? What a flaming hell is that? I'm going to Google that, mate. What is that, mate? What is a ruptured intra-articular ligament initiation in the knee? Do you want me to tell you what that is?
Sounds like he had a heart attack in his knee.
Google says it's a simultaneous rupture of both the patellar tendon and the anterior cruciate ligament. It is a relatively rare injury.
There you go, lad.
How has he only missed 2 months, bro?
There's your medical education for today. You've learned what the hell
I
that is.
know, bro. How's he only missed 2 months, Brit? What the hell? That's crazy.
Could be serious, man. We don't know how serious that is.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
It's got a big name, man. It must be serious.
Let's have a look at this season. Well, last season just gone. Didn't play a lot of minutes. Only 1,600 minutes, which is really, really low. 31 games in total. However, if you look at his numbers, 16 GNA in 1,600 minutes. It's just under a goal a game, which goal or an assist every game, which is fantastic. And as Hugh said earlier, look at this on the right hand side. Plays left, plays right, plays in the attacking midfielder as well. Let's have a look at the year before. Was that any better? Nah, injuries again, not great. 1,500 minutes that time. Played four goals, 5 assists. In that year, he's played 123 times for Leipzig. Yeah, 124 times for Dynamo Zagreb, and as we said before, 30 times for Spain. So look, my opinion is I seen him in the World Cup and I actually thought he was really good. I thought he was one of Spain's best players. He operated sort of off that left-hand side, if I can remember correctly. And I thought it was decent, but, you know, it's going to cost a lot of money. Remember, they bought him for 30 million euros. They're going to want a decent return on that. They're going to want a decent sort of investment return. So I think you're going to be talking 60, 70 million. And I just don't see it, bro. I just don't see 60, 70 million pound player. I'd rather keep Mahrez and just keep him for 2 years and let him leave on a free in 2 years, honestly. Than I do like Dani Olmo and I would take him at City, but the fee's got to be right. And I don't see City getting this guy. You know, when we say City pay big cash and City will pay big money, but they'll only pay it if the value's there. I just look at Olmo and go, I don't see 60, 70, 80 million pounds worth of value. I see 50 max. And I just don't see Leipzig selling for that in this market, which is there. You know, they're absolutely fine to do that. You know, I can't stop them from doing that, but I just don't see the big cash. So I would like him at City. I would take him at City. I don't see this one happening.
I don't see it happening unless you're getting closer to 90 million. To be honest, I agree with everything you're saying about valuations, but Leipzig have just lost Szoboszlai to Liverpool and Nkunku to Chelsea. Vardiol is going to come to City. I'm pretty sure they lost 1 or 2 more as well, important players. They don't want to lose the entirety of their squad and all of their best assets in the space of 6 months. And, you know, almost kind of one of the remainders, once Vardiol goes, one of the remaining players of big profile and financial value. So I think they put even more premium on top of his head purely on the basis that, like I said, they're going to have to do a bit of a rebuild. They have to replace Szoboszlai. They have to replace Nkunku. They have to replace Vardiol. And as we've spoken about as City fans, you don't want to leave yourself with too much to do. They don't want to leave themselves with too much to do either in one summer. So I think it'll be even more expensive. I think dealing with Leipzig after they've lost all those players will be difficult in general this summer. That's a massive hit for them.
Yeah, no, I agree. Idiot says our physios are really good. So injuries and Pep's rotation would keep him fit. Too much money, though, because inflation of player prices. Yeah, I mean, that's fair on the injury thing. I mean, for me, the injury thing doesn't concern me that much, to be honest with you, because of the reasons that you've just mentioned there. But it is probably too much money. But then, you know, I guess you could come round and if you start looking at other wingers and all the other wingers, you're saying the same thing, then you just have to bite the bullet on one of them, and maybe Dani Olmo might be the best option. So, I don't know. You know, if you go on the aggregate, you search Dani Olmo. City have been linked with Dani Olmo for the last 4 or 5 years, so we know that City like him. We know that Pep Guardiola likes him. You know, some of the reasons you gave before, you know, in the sense that he can play pretty much anywhere across that attacking line, and he's a top player. He is, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. You know, we're going to get a lot of names in the next couple of days. We're going to hear a lot of rumours about wingers because City are going to City are in the market for a winger, but I don't think this is the one. So yeah, we'll see. Just quickly, by the way, I forgot to go back to the poll earlier. Are you worried about the Gvardiol deal taking this long? 45% of people in the stream are a bit worried, that it's taking this long. 55% of people are saying no, they're not worried. So it's pretty much split 50-50. There's a lot of people getting a bit worried about it. So yeah, I think you should just chill out. I think it's going to be fine, but that's the thing in the movies, isn't it? Everything's going to be all right, and then boom, they get shot in the head. So I mean, maybe it's not going to be all right, is it?
maybe someone's going to get shot in the head, man.
Yeah, maybe Laporte's going to leave and then we won't get Gvardiol. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, man. I don't know what's going to happen. But look, you know what? I'm getting a bit excited now. I'm getting excited. We've got the football starting on Sunday. Watch Along is back on Sunday, people. So make sure you join us for that one. The transfer news now is going to start popping off because, City will want to get this Gvardiol deal done. We're going to start hearing a lot of rumours about wingers. We're going to start hearing names, which I'm buzzing about, you know what I mean? Searching up the stats, having a conversation with you, have a conversation with the chat to see what they think about the player, whether it be Danny Olmo, whether it be the next man who's going to be linked with us. I'm just buzzing, man. I think we're going to enter a really exciting period now of build up to pre-season friendlies and transfers. I think it's about to start getting exciting, man.
Yeah, I said this. I don't know if it was to you or to Jordan the other day, but I have the juice and the energy back for football. Like I was saying that there was a period there for about 3-4 weeks where I was kind of like, you know what, I'm glad football's not on. I'm glad it's kind of chill. I'm enjoying my mental rest. But now I'm ready to go again, man. I'm strapped in. I'm ready to go. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm always excited to see what City pull out of the bag and getting back to playing football, man. I miss seeing those boys.
We've got some breaking news.
Yeah, share it. Go on.
We've got a bit of breaking news here. We've got a bit of breaking news. Big up to the people in the chat that have alerted me to this breaking news. Manchester City have today held positive discussions with an intermediary involved in the Josko Gvardiol deal. Manchester City are confident they can complete a deal. The player has an agreement, contract agreed, as well as commission for agents and intermediaries. It's happening, Bray. It's getting close, man. Gvardiol soon come, Bray.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's absolutely nothing new there. It's just a reworded version of everything.
It says Manchester City have today held positive discussions.
They held positive discussions 2-3 days ago and a week ago and 2 weeks ago. It's always
at
been
least
positive.
they held discussions today, bro.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm confident. But I mean, these guys, they have to just reword and relay what they already know. Intermediaries, just throw in new fancy words every now and then, and then you go, ooh.
Yeah, it's just the way it goes, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's the way the game is played, bro. Big up Stallion says no training picks, no transfers. Cancelo's training. Laporte training alone somewhere. Mahrez isn't in Manchester. City are supposed to travel tomorrow.
Listen, man.
That's the funniest super chat I've ever read. That's funny, that. Cancelo in training. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we actually had a chat about Cancelo on stream yesterday, me and Jordan. Where do you stand with the Cancelo situation? How do you feel about it?
Don't want him at Manchester City. Not in like I hate the guy. I'm just... Yeah, I mean, if you break up with your ex, right? And then there's a moment where you're like, I don't want to break up. I want to get back with the ex. And then after a period of time, you're like, nah, I don't want to go back there, innit? I mean, that's the situation, Ray. You know what I mean? Like, it's done. It's done now. Move on. You know what I mean? Plus, I'm a scholar and a student. I don't know if I can be a scholar and a student. I don't know. This sounds fancy, so I'm just going to say it. I'm a student of this new defenders can actually defend philosophy. I think it's a revolutionary tactic to have defenders that can defend. But I don't know about you, but going in that last 4 or 5 months of the season, I thought it was mega. You know what I mean? Having players that can actually defend, I think it does wonders for the team and the confidence of fans. You know what I mean? I was going into games predicting that we keep clean sheets. And it's been a long time since I've been that confident. So yeah, I'm fully on the whole get defenders that can defend train. I think it's mint, honestly.
I have to say, it's always a plus when your defensive players can defend. It's always a good thing when they can do their job. But the conclusion we kind of came to yesterday, first of all, I want to say, I think he's going to go. I would prefer him to go. But the conclusion we came to yesterday is, with the Walker situation very uncertain, the club may just decide we already have a replacement in-house. We already have Cancelo here. We may as well keep him on. And we don't know what the relationship between Pep and Cancelo is like. They could have shook it out and said, let's be boys again, bygones be bygones kind of thing. But I don't know.
Not for me. I just think it's too much shit under the water or whatever the fucking phrase is.
Shit under the water.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what the phrase is in it. But what is it?
Water under the bridge.
Yeah, too much water under the bridge, man. You know what I mean? I don't
under the water. What?
I don't know, man. It works though, does it not?
I was done saying that, man. Too much shit on the water.
I don't know. You can say what you want these days, isn't it? So listen, for me, I just think there's too much has gone on. I think too much has gone on. I don't like the fact that he can't really defend, and it costs us in big games. That's the truth of it. You know what I mean? Spurs, when we got beat 3-2, his fault. Liverpool, when we drew 2-2, both goals are partly down to him. Last year, Liverpool, him. Do you know what I mean? I'm just, he makes me like frustrated and that, you know what I mean? So just move him on. It's not like he's going to be short of club, by the way, because no one's going to buy him. So someone's going to loan him. So he'll be able to go to a sick club. He'll go PSG or Barca or Madrid or somewhere on loan, because no one's going to buy him. I'm telling you that now. So he'll be loaned out, and and we can just move with our defense. That's mint. You know what I mean? I'm really liking it. But if Pep decides to keep him, Pep's the boss. We've got to respect that, and I will get behind the players, 100%. I'm gonna sit here slagging him off. You know what I mean? But you ask me the question: do I want him at City next season? No. I'm afraid not.
First.
Zohib just put something in the chat. I don't know if it's legit, but he says Bild are now reporting that the talks between Manchester City and Leipzig have today accelerated from Bild. I can't see that on Twitter, so I can't bring it up on screen, unfortunately. But if that's true, then we know that Bild are generally quite good when it comes to sources. So that is positive. So yeah, we'll have to. I'm buzzing. I'm happy, man. I'm happy with the way things are going slightly. I just think that if Walker goes and Laporte go, we get Gvardiol. I still think we need another defender, in my opinion. And you know what? I'd get Kyle Walker-Peters, because I was just thinking then we need a right back, but you could also do with the left back. Get Kyle Walker-Peters, man. He can play right back and left back.
We got Rico Lewis, Akanji, John Stones.
Yeah, true. Yeah, all right. I'll allow that one. But we still need a winger. We do need a winger, and then also obviously apparently linked with a winger. So yeah, we'll have to see in it. We'll have to see. Right, cool. See what's going on, man. Don't think there's anything else to go through. No, gone through all the super chats, gone through all the member chats. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Anything else you want us to go through, bro?
No, quiet times, man. I'm just, like I said, I'm just looking forward to getting back on the weekend, seeing the boys in blue kick a ball again. Feels like it's been too long.
What's Tommy saying, by the way?
He's got a Twitter account now, Tommy, man. He's active on the Bird app.
Yeah, I know. It makes it easier for me, because it makes it easier to. Right, here we go. Let's see what he's been saying today. Right, so let me bring this up on screen. Mr. Tommy, innit?
I thought you gave up on I thought you sold your Tommy stocks.
Yeah, I did sell my Tommy stocks, innit? I did sell my Tommy stocks. However, I'm still watching. I'm still watching. You know what I mean? Waiting for a moment to buy back in and buy the dip in it. You know what I mean? So maybe at some point we'll buy the stocks. At least after today, City will know exactly where we stand with possible departures, and Tiki can put the flex capacity into overdrive. Okay. And then white smoke. What does that mean, Bray?
White smoke means announcement. Deal done. It's when the Pope is announced, when they're reincarnating or whatever the word is, a new Pope, the Vatican release white smoke out of the main building.
No way. Wow, clever Hugh.
That's what Catholic school does.
Yeah, that'll be Mara's, isn't it? I think the Mara's thing is done. Lewis in the chat said Tommy's dead food stunks. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think there's always an opportunity in it. You know what I mean? To buy the dip. So we'll see. But cool. There we go, guys. Nothing really done. So we'll have to wait and see. But Dani Olmo, the first winger to be linked with Manchester City this summer. So let's just see what happens. I'm telling you now, I reckon pretty much every day we'll start to get more and more and more information when it comes to wingers. And yeah, hopefully we get another one tomorrow because it's quite fun looking at them and deciding and having a conversation with the chat about which winger we should get in it. So yeah, and CISO liked a City post, Brie.
Wow. I do like Enciso. I am a fan of Enciso. I would invest in his stocks. I would invest in. I think he's a baller. He's in like 19 as well, and he cooked last season.
Yeah, but the problem is, right? People want to make a move for him this year. It's going to cost 50 million. He played like 900 minutes. Played like 10 games.
Chat. I know what reincarnation means. I meant coronating a new pope, reincarnating, and I'll come back to life. Sorry, they're cooking me here.
Why are they cooking you, bro?
Because I said I meant coronating a new pope, but I said reincarnating a new pope. But yeah, you know, it's late. It's late. I'm tired.
Also, what's the difference in it?
Reincarnation is like when you die and come back to life as something else. But like coronation is like, you know, the coronation of the king. He's getting his crown and that.
Yeah.
Education and that, yeah.
Education and that. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they probably would do white smoke. You know what I mean? If someone come back for life, I mean, white smoke probably
that would
the
be
best.
Sick content. Every time we announce a new player, you stand outside the shed with a white flare.
Man. I feel like we're speaking about something then. Was we speaking about something?
Yeah, sorry. My
oh, yeah, Enciso. We're speaking about Enciso. What are you saying about Enciso?
I like him. I think he cooked last season, but I am always wary of players that have had one good season and, you know, jumping in on top of it too quickly, like the likes of Cucurella and these kind of guys. But so far, so good with Enciso, man. He's got a bright future based off what I saw last season.
Yeah. No, that's true. But the problem is you buy him now 50 million. He's played 900 minutes. So it's not possible, innit? It's not possible. But there we go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Dani Olmo, we'll see what happens on that one. And Gvardiol deal looks like it's going well. Maybe slower than people want, but maybe it's going well. Big up to Manscaped for sponsoring today's stream. All the details in the description and pinned comment. Smash the like. Yeah. Wingardium Leviosa. Smash the likes, subscribe to the channel, big up to the Smooth Gang, become an Xtra Club member, link in description, and people, we will see you tomorrow. See you later. 85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist, and 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. That's where Manscaped have come in to help us all out, including myself, lads. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a trimmer specifically designed with our crown jewels in mind. It has skin-safe technology to reduce those nicks and cuts and gives you the maximum confidence while trimming below the waist. It's also IPX7 waterproof rated, so you can operate in wet or dry conditions. It has a premium 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology and a massive 90-minute battery time, which is supported by its wireless electromagnetic charging function. With the Performance Package 4.0, you'll get the Crop Reviver with witch hazel and powerful odor defense. This keeps your balls protected after a good shave. Crop Preserver with its soothing aloe vera and advanced quick absorbing cream, keeping your balls feeling fresh and hydrated. And the Weed Whacker to trim ear and nose hair. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep you the most groomed man in the room. Use our code XTRA20 XTRA20 at checkout and you'll save yourself 20% off your order and receive free international shipping.